shouts of
just sighs of relief.
Joy.
I ran through the street topless. I was so freaking.
I was on an airplane, and I was like, oh my God!
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm good. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good. It's good news.
It made us feel like the world makes sense. It just was so exciting. And so exciting that we could bring it all to Netflix where it can be binged and, you know, people don't have to jump around. And
more people can watch it from the beginning and then get this third season. But we were just overjoyed, I think, because we all felt like it wasn't over.
Yeah.
And we knew.
Yeah.
I felt like we did. I was holding out hope, and my hope was right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my first experience on television. I really didn't know what to expect, and it just felt like we were suspended in air. And I was like, is this what it feels like when it was so much uncertainty. And
but that is television. Welcome.
Not really,
Sarah.
I didn't know what to do.
Welcome to showbiz, honey.
Tremendous relief to just know that we got to do it again.
We always have a double thing too of loving time with each other so much. Truly, it's nauseating and real and authentically. There's great love. What if they all hated me and I'm saying all this? I'm seeing them.
And we're all like,
this. Yep. No, we do love each other so much. The idea of continuing to do it was also such a personal joy for me that I knew that I could see them again. Yeah. And not just like every year for a dinner.
If there's no call sheet.
Yeah.
No, right. No, to me, it feels like it's just proof that you're always in the right place at the right time. Because I do feel like this was the time for us to be here. And the fact that all 3 seasons are there, and most importantly, we've always felt grateful. Yeah. Every single time, from the first season, second season, third season, we've always been very aware that being together, getting to do this, was a gift, was a gift to us.
And we're playing characters like that too. So we're everything that good that happens as our characters. We're like, oh my God, we get to be on TV, or we get to be, you know.
Life imitates art.
Yes,
right. It really does. We're not like playing the wife or the girlfriend or the like kooky sidekick who you just see in.
Yeah, preach. Can I just tell you that just was so healing to my soul? Because that's the lead character that's a woman on a show is typically a supporting, in a play, anything. It's typically the support of someone. And we are that. And not only are we that, we're also writing, we're taking back the narrative of our lives. And it seems like a comedy because it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. But that truth in there is undeniable.
I also remember you talking about this when we first started. You felt very protective of women of a certain age and not wanting to be poking fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's just testament to the writing and Meredith's vision for the world of Girls5Eva and all of our
Meredith being a woman of a certain age who's at the helm of the show, as opposed to having like a showrunner who's like a man who's 55 or whatever. He's like, it'd be funny if one of the girls
got their
dresses split and then she goes through menopause. And you're like,
which we might end up doing at some point.
But it will
be done in a way that celebrates the thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's
a
fine line.
I have the special joy of playing a queer woman who is also of a certain age, older than you, and being able to be the one that's getting the most action in the show.
Yes. Which I love.
That's my biggest thrill, is like I'm hitting it harder than any of these girls. And I'm like really representing the older set. When Tina asked me to do this show, I already was kind of like, oh, I'm going to say yes to that. It was deep in the pandemic, and I was like on the phone in North Carolina hiding from everything. And I was like, I think I'm going to probably say yes to this. And then she told me who's in it, and I'm like, well, forget it.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Of course
way.
I am doing this. Of course. That's my biggest thing, is to be able to perform with them.
The thing I get to do on this show that I never am given license to do is say yes to every selfish, self-absorbed thought that comes to my brain. They always come. But I've been forced to swallow them back down. And in this show, they're like shining a light on it. It didn't cross my mind yet. They do it for me. That is such a gift.
I love it so much.
I love that I get to scratch the itch of the sort of sliding doors moment of my real life, where I went down the musical artist route, but I didn't feel oriented towards like the girl group thing. But I loved girl groups and I loved popular music, but I never felt confident enough to kind of pursue anything that looked like this. And so I get to scratch the itch and feel all of those crazy insecurities again. That is actually very healing and strange.
Love
but I love it.
that.
But
It's so
it's like a
cool.
sliding doors moment where like my life took a different turn and now I get to
Do
visit
both.
what this feels like.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
that.
Yeah, and I get to live out the fantasy of being a pop star as somebody who loves to sing and can sing
Yes.
very well.
Very
But
well.
you guys are not going to have to suffer through my solo album in real life.
I don't know,
Because
Hannah.
I've heard you
I don't know. I know this is true.